Friends of the Shelter is an all-volunteer nonprofit. We're sort of a unique organization. We fund the medical care for sick dogs that come into the Franklin County Dog Shelter. So if a dog comes in with a broken leg or parvovirus or heartworm, we fund their medical care, and then they get adopted back through Franklin County Dog Shelter. So we don't actually take possession of the dogs. We heal the dogs that are sick at the Franklin County Dog Shelter, and we fund all that care. It costs about $150,000 a year, and we heal about 300 dogs a year. Well, most of the procedures that we fund take place at MedVet. So we work with orthopedic surgeons there, we work with heart surgeons, and we've had eye surgeries done there. And so it's whatever kind of specialty is needed, MedVet usually takes care of that. Sometimes it's a matter of us funding expensive medicine for the dogs to stay here at the shelter, and the shelter vets will take care of them, but they don't have the funding for the medicine itself. So we will do that occasionally too, but usually it's MedVet. So when the dogs come in, if they're sick and the shelter vets are taking care of them, they'll contact us. They assess them for adoptability, since the dogs will eventually be adopted through Franklin County Dog Shelter. They assess them for their adoptability, and then we fund their medical care. So they contact us and let us know that a dog has a broken leg that can't be healed at the shelter. We fund the medical care. They send the dog to MedVet, and we take care of the dog's funding for that medical care, and then we'll put them in foster care for a while, and then they'll come back to the shelter and be adopted. We don't get any funding from the government. We have donations and fundraising events that we do. So most of the funding actually does come in through donations, but the fundraising events are really important to us because they help raise awareness about what we do, and then that leads to more donations in the future. So those two ways are our primary ways of receiving funding. There's no county taxes or anything that go into our funding. So Jennifer is going to have surgery on her leg this week. She is about 10, and so she has some old injury on her leg, needs to be corrected at MedVet, and so they're going to do that surgery, I think it's this back leg, this week, and then she'll go into a foster to adopt situation. So she has an adopter already lined up.
We have probably 12 to 15 events. Some are larger, some are smaller. We seem to each year have more people that would like to help us, and more places that we can have events. We have two large fundraising events during the course of the year. One is called Pup Art, which is an evening of jazz, appetizers, adoptable dogs, and silent auction art. And also a 5K for canines, which is our second largest fundraiser.
So Herschel came into the shelter with both of his cruciate ligaments in his back legs torn, so kind of like an ACL tear in humans. So he had to have bilateral surgery. So he had surgery on both of his back legs, and then he went into our medical foster care. Well, it was actually a medical facility to recuperate for several weeks, and so he's doing much better now. He's back at the shelter, but he's still recuperating. He still has some inflammation, and they're working on getting him fully healed so that he can be adopted, but it won't be long. He'll be up for adoption very soon.
It's about 25 that volunteer through the shop here on a rotating basis. We have volunteers come in that work when they can. Some can work during the day, some can work during the weekends, and so they come, you know, when they have time to come in. So we have a large group of people that can cover our entire shifts. And then we also have events throughout the year where we need other people to come in to help set up and tear down and price things and sell things. So we have another probably 15 that do it on just the events. So total we have maybe 40. Everything that we raise goes towards the dogs. We sell things here. A lot of them are donated either from individuals. They may have a gently used item that their dog didn't like, so they'll bring it to us. We'll pass it on, make money from it. We have retail stores that donate to us if they have, again, items that didn't sell for the last holiday and they need to clear out their inventory. We'll go pick those items up and we can sell them and make profit. And then there's also things that we buy that because we know that they are needed by the dogs, you know, we don't have enough supply, so we'll buy things at cost and then resell them. T-shirts, we sell sell for our group, and then also leads and things that the dogs need. So all the profits go to the dogs. We don't have any expense beyond administrative costs. Friends of the Shelter works with Franklin County Dog Shelter to help the dogs that come in. So we are a separate nonprofit organization that raises funds to help the dogs. So when you want to make a donation, if you look at Friends of the Shelter, we are the nonprofit, the tax deductible organization that you can claim, for your donation, and every penny of that is going to go to the dogs themselves to actually save a dog's life. Hit by a car, serious disease, broken leg, bad ear infection, anything like that. So we are separate from the shelter. We're an organization set just to provide medical care. So we don't adopt out the dogs, we help the dogs that are already in the shelter.
Well, we always need people at the events, and they don't have to be a shop volunteer. They don't have to do anything else. We have people that come in and only work the race, and all they have to do is contact us. If they wanted to know what's going on with us on the website, they can sign up with a click, very quickly and easily to get what's going on. They'll get an email once a week. Facebook, we have it on Facebook.
Well, since we are all volunteer, we can use all the help we can get. So any volunteer support we're grateful for it. We all have day jobs. We all do other things for a living, and this is what we do as our side job. And because it's all volunteer, we absolutely can always use more help. So anyone that's interested can reach out to us on Facebook or on our website at friendsoftheshelter.org.